Implementation overview. How we set up the evaluation. Identify two similar ability Year 2 classes. Then use the What Word Teachers platform to randomly allocate one to the intervention and one to the control. We'll complete the pre-assessment spelling test with both groups. The intervention will deploy the spelling strategy for the 6 weeks and the control class will continue as normal. And then both groups will complete the post-assessment task. We then complete the process evaluation and then generate an impact report for how the intervention has worked in your school. So planning. Identify two similar ability classes to participate in the evaluation from the same year group. Identify 50 challenging words from the National Curriculum Guidance. These will be introduced by 10 new spellings a week over 5 weeks. And then you'll select 20 words to use as a pre- and post-assessment task. Please note that the number of words depends on your school's expectation for the number of words taught per week. The minimum is 10 words per week, and this will create a list of 50 words for the 5 weeks, with the final week of consolidation. Whilst we advise that you use the DFE spellings, you can use different spellings if these are from your school's existing schemes of work, and you follow the same process. E.g., a minimum of 50 words are selected, with 20 of these being used for the pre- and post-assessment task. Then using the trial wizard on the What Word Teachers platform, randomly assign the classes to the intervention and control group. So moving on to the implementation. Step 4. Complete the pre-assessment spelling test with both the intervention and control groups. Record the marks in the Excel tracker, which is located in the resource folder, and then input the scores into the pre-test on the trial wizard. As you're using class level data, we advise that a second teacher reads out the scores while you input these in. It will save time. Step 5. For the intervention class, deliver the targeted intervention. You can use your professional judgment to decide the frequency, whether you'll do this daily, weekly, but log this in the process evaluation. The control group will continue with business as usual for the duration of the trial. And step 6. Complete the post-assessment spelling test, which is the same as the pre to both the intervention and control groups. Record the marks in the Excel tracker and then input this again into the post-test on the trial wizard. If you then complete the online process evaluation and then click Analyze, it will generate an impact report for your school. So a quick recap of the intervention. The target group focuses on Year 2 pupils. The intervention is delivered by a teacher, it can be set as homework. The teacher can decide the frequency. Just please log this in the process evaluation, and each session will take approximately 10 minutes. The intervention is a look, say, cover, write, check method of learning spelling, where children study a word, say the word aloud clearly, pay attention to the spelling, cover it up with a piece of paper or their hand, write the spelling next to the original word, check their version to see if they got it right, correct the spelling again if necessary. This version of the strategy emphasizes reading and saying the word aloud to help connect the written and spoken word. So how to select the spellings. So the DFE National Curriculum includes guidance on the expected spellings for Year 2. Please use this to create a list of at least 50 words that you will select for the intervention. If you already have your spellings assigned in your scheme of work and these align with the DFE, this is fine. Each week, the learners will practice at least 10 new spelling words using the look, say, cover, write, check strategy. In the resource folder, you'll find a template. You'll also find an assessment guidance sheet, as well as some FAQs, which will talk you through general questions that we get asked. You will also find a tracking spreadsheet, and this allows you to link an anonymized student ID on the platform with a learner in your group. Logistical issues need to be considered before using a targeted spelling strategy as an intervention. So time is a suitable time for the delivery in the school day. Reminders, if it's set for homework, can remind to be used. Resources, in case you need to print off the templates in advance of sessions. And then will you link this to any particular rewards? So logistical barriers are common in any intervention delivered in schools, so it's just important to consider these prior to starting. So finally, moving on to the assessment, the outcome measure is attainment as defined by a pre and post spelling test. The assessment is marked out of 20, and is the same for both the pre and the post. And as both the control and intervention groups receive the same assessment, familiarity with the assessment should not bias the effect size. And in the resource folder, you will find guidance on how to create your assessment. And finally, if you can complete this under exam conditions, allow approximately 10 to 15 minutes, provide an example of the word in a sentence for each of the spellings, and then record your pre and post assessment scores on your tracking spreadsheet. So that is the end of the guidance on how to set up the evaluation in your school. So the next thing to do is to download the research protocol and your resource folder, then move on to your trial wizard.